Hi, in today's video, we are going to talk about how to write effective alt text and why it is important for accessibility. Before we get into the best practices, let's first understand what alt text is and why it matters. Alt text, or alternative text, is a short description added to an image using the HTML alt attribute. This text helps screen readers describe images to users who cannot see them. It also appears when an image fails to load, ensuring that important information is still communicated. In simple terms, alt text makes sure that images do not become a barrier for people who rely on assistive technologies. Now, let's look at some best practices for writing good alt text. First, describe the meaning of the image, not just what is visually present. Alt text should communicate the purpose of the image in its context. For example, instead of writing something like image of a chart, you could write bar chart, showing website traffic increasing from January to June. This helps users understand what the image is actually conveying. Second, keep the description concise and focused. Alt text should generally be short and clear so that screen reader users can quickly understand the content. Instead of writing a long sentence like photograph of a beautiful golden retriever sitting on a green grassy field during sunset with a bright orange sky, you can simply write golden retriever sitting on grass during sunset. The goal is to communicate the essential information without unnecessary detail. Another important practice is to avoid redundant phrases, such as image of or picture of. Screen readers already announce that the element is an image, so repeating this information is unnecessary. For example, instead of writing image of a woman using a laptop, you can simply write woman using a laptop. Next, remember that not every image needs descriptive alt text. If an image is purely decorative and does not add meaningful information, you should use empty alt text by setting alt equals empty quotation marks. This tells screen readers to ignore the image and prevents unnecessary interruptions for users. Also, when an image functions as a button or a link, the alt text should describe the action rather than the appearance. For instance, instead of describing a magnifying glass icon as magnifying glass icon, the alt text should say search, because that is the function the control performs. For more complex images, such as charts, diagrams, or infographics, a short alt text alone may not be enough. In these cases, you can provide a brief alt text like line graph showing yearly sales growth, and then include a more detailed explanation in the surrounding page content so that users can fully understand the information being presented. There are also a few common mistakes to avoid when writing alt text. These include leaving alt attributes completely missing, writing overly long descriptions, repeating text that is already present nearby, or stuffing keywords just for search engine optimization. Alt text should always be written with accessibility and user understanding in mind. To conclude, alt text may seem like a small detail, but it plays a crucial role in making web content accessible. When written properly, it allows screen reader users to understand visual information and navigate content more effectively. By describing the meaning of images, keeping descriptions concise, avoiding redundancy, using empty alt text for decorative images, and focusing on functionality when needed, you can make your content more inclusive and usable for everyone. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more content on web accessibility and inclusive design.